Hello folks, this is Bob C-Gar coming to you from my bomb shelter in Springfield, Oregon, that is correct, a lawn chair in front of my garage. Well, by now, you all heard that USA put some B-52 bombers in there, did the bunker busters, and supposedly hit and wiped out the three of the five, I think, nuclear sites that are in Iran. And I'm sure everybody is just dying to know what I think about it. So here it is. We've been lied to a lot by our government. There were weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist, They're finding all kinds of things with 2020E that are starting to not add up. So I think it's been some time since we've truly trusted anything our government tells us. So what I'm hoping is this. If Iran was on the brink of, developing nuclear weapons, and they would probably have used them on Israel and possibly us. Not so sure about us. I think they're a lot more afraid of us than people think they are. But certainly Israel. And I think that if that's the case, then we did the right thing. Not sure, I'd like to say, yeah, I'm all on board, and I think we did the right thing, and go, but time will tell. I gotta tell you, ever since COVID, I just don't believe the government at all. And I think that we should probably all be apprehensive, suspect, there's a better word, but I can't think of it, about the government and what they're capable of doing and what they do, what they will do. And of course, we've got the protests going on. We've got, the ICE, rounding up people, and a lot of talk about, they're getting the wrong people, and they're, grabbing innocent people, and I'm not so sure they're doing that. But are they getting people outside of the, hardened criminal types? Yeah, they are. But if you look at, I think they've said 1 million people have self-deported. And for self-deporting, I think they get a one-way ticket, plane ticket, and they get $1,000 when they get there. So and in other countries, $1,000 is a lot more than it is here. So maybe that's I do think that's a good thing. But I think there needs to be that bridge to get them started on how they can come back and be legal immigrants. I'm not saying citizenship necessarily, but certainly legal to stay here, and they're not going to get, sent back unless they're doing criminal stuff. But I do think along with that is they have to be able to provide a living for themselves. I don't think the American taxpayer should be picking up the tab on all these people because they came from a bad country. So hopefully they get some of that stuff ironed out. Hopefully this bombing was a one-time deal. Hopefully they got the nuclear plants, destroyed them, and we can move forward. And I would say that, they need to do an assessment of that. And if they didn't finish them off, they need to finish them off because, you stuck the stick in the hornet's nest, and now you got to make sure you get rid of all the hornets. So I hope that things work out. I think they will. I think Trump has a pretty level head, even though nobody else does. And when I say nobody else, I mean anybody on the other side of the aisle. I do think it's ironic that the same people that were applauding Obama when he took out bin Laden are saying, yeah, you can't do something like this without, authorization from Congress, which is not true. What Obama did was totally legal. What Trump did is totally legal. You can't declare war without Congress. And I think if, Congress may try and tighten those things up a little bit, but in all honesty, I don't think they should be able to, for the simple fact that Congress is so divided and they're so far to both sides that they're never going to meet in the middle and give somebody that, that okay to do that. And I think the president needs to make decisions that, that have to be made, and he needs to make them, and he can't be stopped by Congress every time. So, and I think all of these lawsuits that are just being thrown up, I think since he's been elected in 24, I think he's had more lawsuits against him than everybody else combined, or close to that, something like that. It's outrageous. It's just outrageous. So, yeah, they're trying to stop him everywhere, and it's foolish. Let the guy be president. If you don't like what he's doing, vote him out. Don't vote in the next Republican, vote in a Democrat if that's what you want. But I think that the ICE raids are going to take place in the blue cities because that's where the majority of those people are. And, now they're protesting about war, okay? Nobody has gone to war yet, okay? Will we go to war? Will Iran, try and hit our troops or our, go off here in America somehow? Well, if they do, then yeah, it will be a war. I understand that. But I don't think they have it in them. I think they're out of gas. I think, Trump's saying he doesn't want a regime change, but I think you're going to get one. I mean, I think Khomeini's probably the lone wolf left, and he's hiding in the bunker somewhere. They'll find him. And if Israel doesn't take him out, I think the Iranian people will. I think they've had enough of it too. So hopefully this is the start of a much more peaceful Middle East. It hasn't worked in 2,000 years, but maybe this is the lucky one. Who knows? But anyway, I just thought I'd jump on here and give you my take on stuff. Be very interested to hear yours. There's comments. Put them in there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss another one of these exciting, riveting talks from Bob. C-Gar. Take care. Have a good week. And 4th of July is right around the corner. Hope everybody's looking forward to that. It's 249 years, I think. 249 years. Yeah, happy birthday, America. Bring it on. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great celebration. Hope everybody has a good week. Take care. Sayonara.